Welcome to Community Roundup, powered by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. This is the show we look at nonprofits, charitable organizations, and sports clubs that make Fort St. John area such a remarkable place to live. My name is Ed Hitchison, of course, I am your host, and today we're at the Kids Arena Fieldhouse, and we're joined by Radley and Ryan of the FSJ Sports Club. Gentlemen, taking some time to speak with you today. How you all doing?
We are doing pretty good. We are excited to promote soccer and talk about the history of soccer in Fort St. John.
Okay, well, jumps to my first question. What is the history of the club in Fort St. John area? How did the club start? What did
So having been born and raised in Fort St. John, I grew up playing soccer. Before we were an official association and having affiliation with Alberta Soccer, because travel was a whole lot easier, we had soccer programming in the 80s. We then had the gumption to become an association in 2001. So next year will be officially celebrating 25 years as an association.
That's still a relatively young organization.
Yeah, soccer's been played in Fort St. John for a long time, but yeah, within our lifetime.
Okay, so formerly, I grew up in an immigrant family, and soccer was at the forefront of that immigrant family. Which is for a joke, my grandfather had me, my cousins, my brothers as a starting 11. But so I'm familiarized with it. But for somebody who hasn't played soccer or who is into soccer, sell me, pitch me. Why should somebody come try soccer, give it a shot?
Well, even up in Fort St. John, it's a super inclusive game. I find if you watch soccer on the global scale, there's people from all ethnicities that are playing. Everyone's out there just kind of showcasing their talents to the world, and it's no different here. Whether we have immigrants and new Canadian families that are totally welcome to come play, and they do, and they excel, and just some local homegrown citizens as well. It's a super low cost barrier sport to play. There's some shoes, shin pads, socks, nice pair of Hawkins shorts, and you're good to go. Another thing is, we have our field house right behind us, even though the snow is melted, but the school fields aren't quite ready. So that's a huge advantage to this sport, is we could play it year-round in Fort St. John. We have 2 indoor facilities, and then when the grass starts greening up, we play outside as well, and we get to play in the sun. But if we have thunderstorms or whatever, we still have this as a fallback to come play, so you can play year-round. It's a great sport to foster teamwork, communication, leadership skills, which all translate later in life into the workforce as well.
Okay. How does somebody go about joining the club, if they're interested in doing so, or if their kids are interested in doing so? How do they go about doing it?
So we have registration always open, and you go to fortstjohnsoccer.com. You go to fsjsoccer.com, and you'd be able to reach out to FSJ Soccer at Roundup.net if you have any questions. But if you see soccer going on, you probably ask someone and be able to get more information.
Okay. How many programs, whenever it's on, there's a programs you guys have for individuals in the community?
So we run a house program, which includes everybody that's local, and we play locally and have a local tournament for all the house program. And then we have a more competitive program, a travel program, where we send teams away to Edmonton to go and compete in provincials, compete in other tournaments.
Yeah, that was a good answer. Just waiting for the next one.
Okay, so what's the age limit for somebody trying to go on the trial?
Well, we have the youth division, which goes up to U19, and it starts
U3.
U3.
So children turning the age of 3 this year.
Okay.
So we have programming for people who turned 2 last year, all the way up to U19. And then there's also other associations, the Fort St. John Women's Soccer League, and also the Men's Soccer Association in Fort St. John. People can just love soccer, can come out and play, and people who want to try soccer can come out and play.
Okay,
Everybody's invited.
So if they're in the FSJ soccer club?
They are not officially with the FSJ Soccer Club, but they need soccer.
Okay, so what kind of major events, tournaments that happen during the course of the season that people might not know about that they should take a look at?
So for our house league programming, the beginning of every indoor and outdoor season, there's an icebreaker tournament just to get people kind of familiar, get their cardio systems booted up after the break, and just to kind of get to know any new players, kind of welcome them to the team. Then maybe we'll kind of use that icebreaker tournament to see if we have to balance the teams a little bit. And then at the end of the season, we kind of have like a season wrap-up tournament locally. Now we have travel teams as well, and most of our travel teams will go down to usually Edmonton area, and we can play in tournaments down there against other teams, whether it's Edmonton, Spruce Grove, Grand Prairie, Fort McMurray, Lethbridge, all kinds of different cities will come together, and we'll have tournaments down there. And there is even the option for league play where some of our local teams up here will go down and play in Edmonton. And it's kind of cool. Like, we're a small city of 25,000 people, but we're playing with the best down there. Shout out to our U17 girls. They just played in the Edmonton League. They went undefeated all season in Tier 2, and they ended up winning gold in provincial. So it's pretty cool. We're just a small northern community, but through our programming, having these great facilities, we're able to bring home gold. So that's pretty cool.
When does the season typically run usually?
So we have 2 seasons. One season runs from October to March, and that secondary season runs from the end of April to June for the house. And then for the competitive team, they actually extend their season to August.
Where can people find more information about the FSJ?
So they could always go to the website at fsjsoccer.com or email in at fsjsoccer@ls.net.
Okay, before I let you guys go, is there anything you guys would like to add?
No, just really appreciate the opportunity to kind of showcase the club. I know there's a lot of other sports and parents kind of don't know, where to put their kids, but we have great programming here. All of our coaches are trained and screened. We always have a rule of 2 with our coaches, primarily just to protect the children and to protect our club. So there's always multiple adult eyes on the teams at all times, just for our accountability. And yeah, we're always willing to take on new people, all ages, skill set level, fitness levels. We're super inclusive here, so please register. More than happy to have you.
Okay, so the questions I have.
All right.
Ryan, thank you very much for the time.
Thank you very much.
This has been Ed Hitchens for EnergeticCity.ca for the Community Roundup. Once again, the Community Roundup is brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. If you like what you see and want to see up-to-date content, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.